Archangel Michael says, it's a critical situation. It is possible to determine the identity of the individual who is intent on causing you damage. Is the name available right away, my young and cherished child? Be sure to pay great attention, since this is not only a message. It is your warning, your protection, and your truth all rolled into one. Please take note of this. The Lord, your God, I say. Today, on this day, speak via Archangel Michael in order to shake the walls that are around your spirit and open your eyes before something that cannot be undone occurs. In this instance, Archangel Michael is not speaking in a whisper. The sky are resounding with his yelling. You are to open this right now, as I say. It's a critical situation. Someone you have a close relationship with, someone you have looked at with sympathetic eyes, or even someone you trust may not be who you believe they are. This individual has been wearing a mask, one that gave the impression of being compassionate and devoted, but on the inside, they are hiding a secret that is really bitter. Your very being would be shaken if I were to expose everything all at once. But I won't surprise you in any way. Allow me to direct you. I will guide you in a kind manner, just like a caring parent would. Nevertheless, I am unable to maintain my silence any longer, since this is not about gossip. This has nothing to do with suspicion. This pertains to the fact that your fate is being targeted. Your light is so powerful that darkness has attempted to conceal it. Nevertheless, today I am ripping back the curtain, and the name of the one who is trying to cause you harm is revealed to you, my child. Make sure you do not disregard this message. It is not a coincidence that you are reading this. This is the very moment that heaven has selected for you to awaken someone who used to sit close to you earlier in the day. One who has witnessed your ascent to the top. Someone who has smiled at you but has kept their resentment hidden behind their teeth, has attempted to obstruct the very blessings that I am bringing your way. The delay that you experienced, the peculiar sensation in your stomach, and the aura of discomfort that you have whenever you enter a place or check your phone out. It wasn't your imagination. I was attempting to have a conversation with you about something. Currently, via the protection of Archangel Michael, who has been keeping watch next to you, I am ensuring that you will at long last hear it. Although you are protected by the divine, I require your heart to be open at this moment. As a warning, you should put everything else on hold at this particular time. Take a look at me. Observe the indications that are all around you. It is important to keep in mind the names that make you feel odd. Take into consideration the people who started behaving strangely the minute you started experiencing tranquility. This message is your turning point, brilliant star, mid-message reminder from heaven, my child, and I am aware that there is a reason why your soul is connected to this message. The time has come if you are experiencing this emotion in your heart. Please do not allow this to be the message that you skim over and forget about. Right now, you may subscribe without having to click a button. Your attention, your faith, and your trust are all required to subscribe. Due to the fact that in the days to come, further communications, including warnings, breakthroughs, and truth bombs, will be arriving, and they will only be sent to those who are prepared. Therefore, do not wait. Repeatedly, Heaven is making an effort to communicate with you. In addition, this is not the final time that I will talk. Nevertheless, if you do not attend this one, you may lose out on the protection that is intended for the subsequent chapter. Follow, subscribe, and stay on the lookout. I'm going to talk. Are you paying attention? Please, my child, return to the truth that you have come to seek. It is already clear that this individual's energy is compromised. They are no longer able to conceal themselves behind kind words or favorable impressions. Your safety is guaranteed. But are you aware of what occurs when someone makes an attempt to cause damage to a child who is guarded by angels to defend them? The exact item that they attempted to steal from other people starts to disappear from their possession. They are successful in falling into the trap that they had laid for you. Already, it is taking place right now. I still want you to have a level head. Even so, I want you to be aware of this. It is not necessary for you to face them. Not even vengeance is necessary for you. What you need is some clarity. Considering that the things that are entering your life at this moment are holy, you need to be completely aware of who you are working with. Something that the darkness is scared of, such as a breakthrough, a restoration, or a miracle. The reason for this person's actions is because of this. They were not interested in you. What I had implanted within you, your future, your potential, and your healing were the things that they were chasing. However, as soon as you open this message, child, that endeavor is doomed to fail since light always reveals darkness, and you are no longer hiding in the shadows. The name is currently being released in the spiritual world by Archangel Michael, and you already know who it is, don't you? In your mind, what is that name? That is the correct answer. It is not possible to confuse the Holy Spirit. It is up to you to decide what you will do next, as the Holy Spirit is confirming. However, as your loving Father, I would advise you to avoid fighting. Just move forward with your eyes open, your heart guarded, and your soul linked with me, because while they were busy monitoring you, I was creating something around you. During that time, you should not be afraid. They are incapable of comprehending. They are unable to stop what is going to happen. They have no power to stop what has already been blessed. However, you are required to maintain your obedience. Maintaining a connection to my voice is essential. So, beginning today, make a note of it. The day you decided to cease allowing individuals to lock their doors just because they smiled. When you began to pay more attention to what I had to say than to what others had to say. Now take a deep breath. You are protected and safe at this moment. You are being observed, but see healed. Don't forget this message, because they will demonstrate all I just mentioned in the following 3 days. Watch what occurs when you separate yourself from the energy that they exude. Observe how the calmness begins to settle in. Observe how the things they touch begin to function more effectively after you remove yourself from the situation and when the truth is out, because it will. Always keep in mind that I told you first because I love you. At all times, I will dispatch my angels to communicate with you before the threat gets too close. You are the most valuable thing in my life, and I will never again allow someone to mess with your future. Thank you. And now, as my words continue to flow via Archangel Michael, I want you to comprehend something that is more profound. The one who has attempted to cause you damage did not start out with hatred in their heart against you. No. Once upon a time, they could have even appreciated you, discreetly cheered for you, or desired to be in close proximity to your light. But the light has a way of forcing individuals to make a decision. Either they become more radiant than they were before, or they begin to feel resentment toward the one who shines. This individual has made a decision. They fostered the growth of envy. They made it possible for the absence of comparison to turn into a lack of competitiveness. During the time that I was lifting you up for reasons that were not your own, they began looking for methods to bring you down. It is not by the use of guns or violence, but rather through the use of energy, persuasion, and covert machinations. You've had some experiences with doors that were closed to you. There were some of the folks who suddenly became cold for no apparent cause, and there were some of the puzzling delays. This individual was the one responsible for it, my child. Although they did not press the button, they did whisper in the vicinity of it. The blessing was not blocked by them, but they did make an effort to divert your attention away from receiving it. Furthermore, as a result of the fact that they have been revealed on a spiritual level, their power has already started to diminish. You may still observe them behaving in the same manner, smiling in the same manner, and posting the same things, but on the inside, they are experiencing a change. As a result of the heavenly barrier that has around you making touch, the things that were before effortless for them are now starting to break down. Because of this, you can observe that they are gradually getting more frantic and theatrical, attempting to drag you back into previous talks or to create uncertainty in order to elicit a response from you. Never react, never retaliate, and never engage in a battle. Once again, you are not on the same level as them. Now that you are walking, you are in a higher dimension. If you receive a warning like this from Archangel Michael, it indicates that heaven has already positioned itself around your name and, my child, you are in danger. In terms of the spirit, your name is not a little one. In some areas, I have written it down. There is no human hand that can reach your favor, it is impossible to block. Both your name and your calling are secure in my possession, they cannot be taken away. You must have been experiencing that, don't you think? Recently, there has been an odd quiet. When you spend more time by yourself, that invisible pole will advise you to do so. That hushed want to contemplate, to take a moment, and to safeguard your tranquility. That has been me. I was getting you ready for this particular time because, child, there is something more significant that is going to happen in the future, and this person cannot accompany you. If you had gone ahead and permitted them to remain in close proximity, they would have sucked the fun out of your subsequent chapter. They would have centered their anxiety on the celebration you were having. In the past, they would have tainted the present before you were able to open it, but now that you have a better understanding, they are unable to do so. Now that you are aware of the situation, you are free to go without feeling guilty, without being confused, and without gazing back with a high level of voltage. Also, attentively pay attention. Now, the reason I permitted this individual to remain in your life for as long as they did was because I wanted you to gain knowledge. Not only did I want you to see who they actually were, but I also wanted you to see who they desired to be. This clarity was necessary for you, not only so that you could steer clear of them, but also so that you might detect the same spirit in other people in the future. Because it is true that this is not the only person who will attempt to ride your light, but now that you have acquired the ability to discriminate, you will certainly not fall for the disguise once more. In addition, this makes you a potentially dangerous person. The reason you are awake is not because you are attacking other people. You no longer engage in the practice of gossiping. People who ghost you are not someone you have to pursue. When you are sitting at a table of wealth, you do not beg for crumbs, rather, you are stepping into your God-given confidence. Currently, a godly degree of awareness that causes spiritual assaults to reverberate off of your spirit like arrows striking armor. Don't go back, and don't shrink only to make other people feel like they're little. Avoid explaining the protection you have. Because I am speaking more loudly now, you should not question the volume of my voice. Nearly every single item that has been concealed in the shadows will be brought to light. Simply maintain alignment without your assistance. Maintain your modesty. Keep your prayers up. Keep your distance from me, and you will soon be able to see something very remarkable. This particular individual, the one who predicted your downfall, will be there to see your ascent, and not only your ascent. Rise, however, with dignity. Rise up with calmness. Feel the delight that they have never given and will never be able to steal. In addition, once they see it, they will fully comprehend it. The battle was never fought by you alone. You have been carried, you have been covered, you have been called, and you continue to be called. Now is the time to take a deep breath, child, for this moment is highly holy. Rather than merely providing you with safety, what I am about to disclose to you today is preparedness. The following week is of the utmost importance. The next several days will bring about bizarre shifts, individuals reaching out from the past, unexpected messages, strange nightmares, sudden closures, and spontaneous apologies. You will begin to notice these things. Not to be frightened, please. In the process of heaven realigning your life, the fractures will become visible. These are the tremors of the exposure. Avoid trying to get clarity from other people. There is already the truth that you required, and I have sent it to you directly because I have faith in your ability to handle it. I have faith that you will handle this situation with maturity. You have my faith that you will leave without the need for retribution. You have my confidence that you will guard your space without becoming resentful. You have received a passing grade. It is now time for the award. You don't realize how quickly it is approaching. When you click on this message, in point of fact, it was already in motion before you ever sent it. Therefore, I encourage you to walk with confidence, smile sweetly, and take deep breaths because, child, I have you, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can touch what I have placed within of you. At this moment, the name of the person who attempted to cause you harm is known in heaven. Also, that is plenty. Leave the rest to me to manage. Thank you. I want you to come closer, my child. Permit me to complete what I have begun. You are not in danger here. I want you to feel as though every word I say is wrapping around your heart like a warm blanket, because this is the portion of the message that will start the healing process for you. What they attempted to do to you is not something that you should have to bear the burden of. The fact that you did not recognize it before is not a reason to punish yourself anymore. Reliving the discussions or reliving the moments in which you trusted them is not something that is necessary. Everything was visible to me. I was fully aware of the manner in which their goals were concealed by their words. I was aware that none of the smiles they offered you were genuine. I was aware of the delay, the agony, and the confusion, but I allowed it to continue for a period of time so that you could not learn the truth from other people, but rather directly from me. This is because when you hear it from me, child, you will never doubt it again. Your spirit is reawakened in such a way that it cannot be touched by any deception. No, you are not an idiot. You were an honest person. You were not oblivious, rather, you showered love. In no way were you feeble. Due to the fact that you were honest, I will never penalize you for being honest. This is how I came to be with you. Even if the world was trying to make you more brittle, I managed to keep your heart soft enough that my light could still pass through it. One of the reasons I have kept you near to me is that, despite their efforts to undermine your faith, they were unsuccessful. They were unsuccessful in their attempt to prevent you from experiencing joy. In spite of the fact that they murmured behind your back, their voice was not strong enough to stop my will, and today I am rebuilding you in front of people who never imagined you would rise again. It is my intention to place you in areas where they have never intended for you to be seen. Because you, my child, are not only protected, I am sending you guardians, angels, and helpers who will stand around you and support you. These guardians will be both in spirit and in body. You have been selected. Because their mission is more significant, their light is more powerful, and their soul is heavier with purpose, those who are chosen go through challenges that individuals who are not chosen never confront. It is true that you have traversed gloomy areas. When other people were shouting falsehoods, you chose to remain silent. You have experienced feelings of isolation, even while you were in a room full of other people. However, you continued to be nice, and you made the decision to find peace. However, you chose to wait for me rather than seek revenge, and now I am rewarding you for your patience. Not only do I share this in an attempt to cause you pain, but I also explain why it was never about you. It was about the person you were going to become in the end. It revolved on the new season that you are about to enter. Regarding the generational transition that you hold within your spirit, it was significant. When I bless someone like you, I don't just bless your life, I bless your life in general. You will be blessed by future generations. That was the object of their apprehension. There was an attempt made to put a stop to it, but it is already too late. When you opened this message, the spiritual trap that they had constructed began to collapse, and the eyes that were monitoring the spiritual realm began to close. In the past, they would listen to your movements and cut off the links. In the past, they were known to spread rumors and reveal curses. I am the ultimate word, so they decided to cancel their meeting and speak in private. They are free to express as they like. They are free to act in any manner they want. However, when I say that it is completed, I mean that it is final. As a child, I need you to pay attention to something very essential that I need you to do tonight. Just before you go to sleep, take 3 deep breaths, close your eyes, and repeat these words out to yourself. I let go of the name, I let go of the sorrow, and I accept the serenity that you have to offer. My faith is in the plan. The cord that has been connecting your spirit to that person's energy will shatter, the fog that has been clouding your thoughts will lift, and the dread of what they could do next will be lifted. Do it, say it, whisper it if you have to, but declare it with your soul, for heaven will tremble when you utter it. I am gone because you will be aware that I have already entered your tomorrow. In addition to making the way clear for you to walk, I have also made it possible for you to fly. Not only are you recuperating, my child, but you are also evolving. You are becoming something that cannot be shaken, and nothing, not an assault, not a loss, not a betrayal, will be able to stop what I am going to introduce into your life. As a result, you may rest easy tonight. Please allow my angels to sing over you. My presence should be allowed to encircle your bed. Allow Archangel Michael to watch over your entrance. Your name should be regarded in great esteem in the skies, and those who have attempted to curse you should be able to witness you become the miracle that they did not anticipate for themselves. You will get back up, and you will grin once more. When you love, you will not be afraid. As you enter rooms, you will exude such a sense of tranquility that even those who are opposed to you will feel guilty. Simply because I reside within you, and I don't merely restore, I also replace. Better friendships, deeper love, more gratifying peace, more boisterous laughing, and genuine happiness. Moreover, those individuals who attempted to cause you damage will not be able to touch any of it because they had the opportunity to provide you a good treatment. They had the opportunity to walk in honor of themselves. It was their opportunity to bestow blessings, but they made a decision that prevented them from doing so, and as a result, they are no longer a part of the future. Carved specifically for you. Depart from them. Do not send them a message. Do not keep an eye on their pages. I am creating a new chapter, and if you keep your eyes on me, child, you will never have to look back again. Therefore, you should not question their quiet until I have finished writing it. Your confirmation is included here. This is the clarity you have. We are not simply living another day. The day of your realization has arrived. This is the day that everything starts to happen, the day that the trap was revealed, the day that your deliverance was declared, and the day that I loudly whispered your release. Thank you. You have my support. Not only am I on your side, but I will never abandon you. Sure, my dear child. Since your heart is not only hearing, but also mending, let's proceed with our conversation. Permit me to address right now the portion of you that is still perplexed as to why anything like this occurred to me. You did not become a victim of suffering. As you endure the suffering, you have been selected to carry power. There was no reason to single you out for a punishment. You were chosen to be cleansed because the things that are going to happen to you in the future are much too valuable to be shared with others who have feelings of jealousy in their hearts. With the intention of empowering you rather than embarrassing you, I permitted this exposure to take place. The next step that you are about to take demands you to have more acute vision, more robust limits, and a more profound faith. There is a table that is being prepared for you, a blessing that has your name inscribed in gold, and I will not allow anybody who is not deserving to sit near it and claim that they were someone who contributed to your development. For this reason, I am clearing the area surrounding you if you have experienced feelings of loneliness, miscommunication, or isolation. I have not forgotten about you in any way. It's because I was keeping you apart for reasons that are considered holy. Your life is not now in a state of abandonment. You are now during a period of alignment. Listen to me right now. The individuals that actually embody my spirit will start to make their appearance. They will not be able to manipulate, they will not deplete, and they will not vanish. In times of need, they will hear you speak life over you and guard your name behind your back. They will witness you speak life over you. It is time for the transition. Do not fight against the spiritual transition that is beginning now, and do not put it off too long. It is important that you do not cling to what I am requesting of you, because what lies ahead of you is brimming with happiness, love, and clarity, and you will no longer have to speculate about who is on your side. I will make it abundantly clear, since the presence of the person I send will bring about tranquility rather than confusion. It is not fatigue that will be brought about by their voice. Not only will their energy feel like walking on eggshells, but it will also feel like home. Furthermore, the one who had the intention of causing you damage, the individual whose identity I have disclosed to you in your spirit, is currently watching something that hurts their pride more than any kind of confrontation ever could. Your calm, your liberty, your smile, the fact that they did not destroy your life, the fact that you are still moving on without them, and the fact that your heart is still tender. You are still praising with your palms raised. Because they believe that the setback would prevent you from moving on, your soul is still shining with brilliance. It was their belief that the stillness would stifle your voice. They believed that the treachery would cause you to break, yet you did not split apart. You got bruised, you sobbed, and you bowed over. Nevertheless, you did not break, child. The heavens are now cheering for you. Your angels are shrieking with joy. A blessing is being bestowed onto your name by your forefathers. Your spiritual bank account has been replete with the tears that you shed. Your tears were kept hidden. Everything that you went through was not in vain. I did, in fact, keep a record of everything that happened. Every single night, you questioned me, why are they doing this? It was every single message that was ignored, every single false friend, and every single envious gaze. God, I witnessed it, and now I am making amends for it. But not via retribution, but by redirection. However, with clarity rather than with turmoil. When it comes to favor, rather than fear. This should be taken in. You will soon see that I have opened a door that no man can close, and that person will come to the realization that they were never your source. This is the same person who attempted to shut the door by themselves. Yes, I am. In no way did they serve as your covering. I have you covered. They never served as your source of supply. I furnished it. In no way did they serve as your healer. I have healed you, and I will continue to heal you even at the most reflective times of your life. Even when your trust begins to waver, I continue to work. Despite the fact that you may feel forgotten, I am strong. Even when you don't feel like going through it, I'm making plans. Holding you in my arms. Please, child, put your faith in me, don't simply believe in me. Accept my word. I am referring to the fact that you are protected. When I say that they are unable to cause you damage, I mean that they will not. When I claim that this was for your good, I should know that it was because it was precisely this attack that opened the door to your anointing. Exactly this betrayal is what sparked your audacity in the first place. The exact anguish that you are experiencing is what opened the door to the purpose that now encompasses your existence. There is no damage to you. You are maturing and gaining more experience. Due to the fact that this is what occurs when I intervene, you will become more conscious, you will become unshakable, and you will become everything that they never imagined you to be. Rather than only defending you, I am your deliverer. It is not enough for me to only rectify things, I also bring back to life all that was lost throughout the course of this conflict. I will bring it back to life for you to see. Better days, better desires, and better relationships are all possible. I raise the standard, and child, you are stepping into a raised season, raised perspective, elevated protection, and raised position. This is because I raise the standard when the adversary comes in like a flood. Keep your head held high, then. In order to match their shade, you should not reduce your light. No need to explain your tranquility. Don't try to rationalize your happiness. Put on a grin. Take a stroll. It is sufficient to just exist because you are living proof that no weapon that is made against you will be successful. Your demonstration that it is not possible for treachery to bury God's chosen, your demonstration that what was intended to cause you harm will be used to raise you. The miracle is you, that is. It is you who is the proof. Your name has already been revealed, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop what has already been unleashed over your name. You are the survivor, and heaven is on your side. You have a crown on your head. Proceed now. Walk like you are protected and live like you have heard me. Relax and feel safe. It is because you are anointed that you sound like you are. You should also refrain from reacting whenever the name of that individual comes back to your mind. Simply put on a grin and whisper to yourself in your heart that you were the reason, but God was the answer. And I shall grin together with you from heaven because it is the moment when I know that you have comprehended everything. Thank you. You have my love. I am not going to abandon you, and I will continue to talk to you as long as you continue to listen. Yes, my beloved Hild. Please get even closer to me since I still have more thing to say. After your anxiety has subsided, my remarks will continue. Whenever the adversary is brought to light, my voice does not cease to speak. On the contrary, I remain, I communicate, and I surround myself. My God is not the God of sufficient amounts. I am the God of more than enough, and I will not allow this time to pass without completing what I began in your heart. I will not miss this opportunity. When someone attempts to hurt you physically, their actions may leave apparent damage, but when someone tries to hurt you spiritually, the wounds are more subtle, deeper, and more difficult to explain to other people. This is because the spirit wounds are more difficult to explain. They are unable to perceive the tightening of your chest that occurs when their name is mentioned. The method in which your spirit whispers is not audible to them. Kindly refrain from doing so once again. The quiet dread that comes with being deceived once more by someone you allow in is something that they do not get when trust is attempting to return. It is clear to me. It gets to me. I have such a comprehensive comprehension of it, and this is the reason why I, the Lord your God, am not only cleaning your circle. As I cleanse your inner world, I am doing so. Your defenses are not limited to warding off assaults from the outside. Your inner wounds are being healed at this very moment. The ones that you had to go through by yourself with just me as your witness were the ones that nobody praised you for navigating through successfully. To be honest, that is where I produce the finest stuff. When your heart is so heavy that you no longer know how to pray, when your pillow is wet with tears in the secret areas, when your soul wants to scream but your voice keeps mute, and when your spirit wants to scream but your voice stays silent. At this point, I will enter the picture with murmurs that will reconstruct you. By means of a peace that is not based on comprehension, with promises that triumph over suffering through love. I already know you, thus there is no need for you to act, impress, or prove yourself since I already know you. You continued to show up despite the fact that I knew you were exhausted. However, despite the fact that you were perplexed, you continued to believe. You may have felt isolated, but you still bore the weight of others. Not only am I proud of you, but I am also proud of that child. You will be rewarded by me. The suffering that you have experienced in silence will eventually be compensated for on a spiritual level. An upcoming heavenly upheaval is going to be so abrupt that it will quiet everything. You will receive what you did not even ask for since your obedience left room for things that you did not even know you want. This is to say that you will receive all that you have brought with you. If you enter into rooms, you will have a sense of serenity rather than stress. When you stare at yourself in the mirror, you will feel complete rather than shattered. Not only will you pass through doors without questioning whether or not you belong, but you will also know that you were called to enter. Those individuals who attempted to obstruct your path in the past will now be witnesses to the unfolding of your destiny. Nevertheless, do not turn around to show them, and do not put on a show for them. Do not attempt to force them to view something that they have no desire to see. Keep going, keep glowing, and keep blossoming despite everything. When it comes to your crop, it is not reliant on who applauds it. Whoever planted you and your child is the determining factor. I was the one who planted you. This is not a situation that you willingly put yourself in. You have not earned it by performing flawlessly. Your position was determined by my hand and the things that I place. Defend myself. When I safeguard something, I also make sure that it is provided for me. I am promoted. When it comes to this season, do not cower. Don't have any doubts about the favor. If you are waiting for anything to go wrong, you should not destroy the joy that you are experiencing. No, my dearest darling. That is the truth. Your current sense of tranquility is not a fleeting one. It is not a matter of circumstance. The breakthrough that is on the horizon is the protection that is encircling you. In no way is it a trick. This is me. This is me keeping every promise that I made to you in the shadows that you didn't know about. To express that I have not forgotten the tears, the years, or the prayers is what I am saying here. I am demonstrating that obedience always prevails, even if it feels like a loss, even if it requires you to let go of those you believe to be permanent. Your heart may still be hurting from the letting go, but what comes next is not about suffering, rather, it is about finding a purpose for your life. Peace is the focus here. It's not only about financial success, it's also about finding purpose in life. When you awaken, you will once again have a sense of security. You will develop new relationships and experience a sense of serenity once more. Your laughter will be uninhibited and unrestrained. Without the fear of being judged, you will be able to create, and you will be able to relax fully in the knowledge that you are no longer surrounded by artificial support. Because I have made the space clean, I have severed the bonds, and I have made the decision to cancel the spiritual assignment that was sent against you. You are now free. You are free to breathe without feeling heavy, free to trust without shaking, free to go without checking your back, and free to dream once again without questioning your value. Peace, not turmoil, is what you will inherit as my child. This is your heritage. Instead of uncertainty, there is clarity. Rather than betrayal, it is belonging. Consequently, my child paid great attention to this last whisper throughout the day. Make this the day that you make a decision. Allow today to be the day that you stop replaying the agony and begin seeing the promise that is waiting for you. It is my hope that tonight is the night that you are able to sleep without worry and wake up happy. The instant you draw a line and declare, "The past comes to an end here," let this be the moment. They did not make you into what you are now. What they said about you is not accurate in any way. The version of yourself that was tied to their presence is not the version that you are today. I am new to you. Your resiliency has been revived in you. God's magnificence is emanating from you. You have not come to this place to live. To shine, to grow, to lead, and to heal others merely by being healed is the purpose for which you are here. Together with you, I, the Lord your God, will accompany you through each and every one of these stages, step by step and day by day. To God be the praise. To that end, take a few deep breaths. It is the identity of the person who meant you that is the source of the conflict that you did not comprehend. The danger has been revealed. They have shattered the energy that they conveyed. Both you and them are about to enter a period of rehabilitation, and the dread that they took with them is being returned to them. This is so full, so holy, that heaven must have kissed it. If you wait until it arrives, the only thing you will be able to say is that only God could have done this. I shall grin, child, I promise. I am going to respond to you by saying that yes, it was always me, and I always picked you. Thank you. There is more blessings in store for you, and I adore you. You are correct, child. Let's proceed like this. I have not yet done pouring, and your spirit has not yet exhausted its capacity to receive. You have to understand that the world passes on far too rapidly. People anticipate that they will recover without making a sound, that they will recover without making a sound, and that they will recover without making a sound. However, I, your Heavenly Father, am not in a hurry to please you. As we walk together, I shall walk at your speed. I do not evaluate your value based on how quickly you move on to other things. I have never changed the fact that I am determining the value of you based on the love that I have put inside you. Not even for a single instant. There are still times when you could experience trembling in your heart, where the recollection of what they did flashes in your mind, where trust feels like a mountain that is too high to climb, but believe me when I say that you are not weak because you still feel that you are not damaged because you still remember, and you are not behind because you are still recovering. As far as I am concerned, it is what makes you so stunning. You are sincere, genuine, unfiltered, and open, and all of my greatest miracles are carried by hearts that are open. Do not make an effort to dull it. Do not make any attempt to bury it. I want you to bring everything to me. The misery, the rage, the inquiries, and the pain all come together. You should place it at my feet like a child would, and they should place their skin knee in front of a loving parent because I will bandage it and I will not blame you for it. You will not be rushed out of it, rather, I will keep you in it. In a short while, the pain will no longer have the ability to govern your feelings. In no way will it influence the choices you make. There will be no reverberation in your laughing. Due to the fact that I am working on something very deep within you, it will not remain in your quiet. I am not only altering the external environment around you. I am rewriting your inner wiring so that where fear previously resided, faith will establish itself, and where anxiety once reigned, serenity will once again take its place. Your spirit has been darkened by our excessive thinking. Like the rising sun, clarity will emerge. You are going to talk without any hesitance. There will be no dread in your steps. Love will return to you. You will know now that I carried you even during the nights when you were too exhausted to pray, thus this time it was not from survival that I carried you, but rather from strength for you. Even during the times when your faith was hardly audible. Despite the fact that all you could say was, God, rescue me. You told me that. Due to the fact that you are mine, I came sprinting since I have never abandoned a child of my own. It goes on and on. Do you have an interest in learning the reason behind the unique individual who entered your life? As a result of the fact that you carried something that they were interested in but were unable to manage. In the midst of their gloom, your light caused something to stir. Their anointing triggered their fears, and your calm annoyed the upheaval that they were experiencing. Because they did not love themselves, they were unable to love you in the way that you deserve. Due to the fact that they were still experiencing pain from something that they had not yet healed, they were unable to defend you. Due to the fact that they were still engaged in struggle with shadows within their own minds, they were unable to find a way to congratulate you. As a result, when you came up completely open and trusting, they were unable to contain it. They attempted to exert control over it, and when they were unable to exert control over you, they attempted to smash you. What they did not realize, child, is that you are indestructible due to the fact that I constructed you in a distinct way. You were shaped by me in the fire, and I graced you with my presence. I taught your heart to suffer a break while continuing to beat. In spite of your tears, I taught your soul to rise again. I brought your spirit up to be compassionate while still maintaining its force. You do not have a thin skin. You are a celestial being. In no way are you naive. You abide by the rules. There is not a lot of feeling in you. Your connection is strong, and the one who attempted to use your light against you is now confronted with the reality of the situation. You were never a poor person. Previously, you were simply walking in love, but today, you are walking in truth, a reality that is so transparent. The adversary is silenced before they even get a chance to proclaim the truth so loudly. Both remorse and gossip are drowned out by it. A truth that is so divine that it conveys authority without the need for explanation. The sensation of independence is just like this. It's almost like having a firm grasp on who you are. In a sense, it is like believing. It is not necessary to beg in order to be treated fairly. It is similar to letting go of someone who disrupts your tranquility. Being able to walk away without the need for closure is what it feels like, because my voice is your final word, and yes, you will rise, but not to prove anything. Keep it a secret from them. You've made it. You are going to rise up for yourself. Because you are deserving of happiness, you will ascend. There is no harm in that. In light of the fact that your soul was designed to stand in the light, rather than in the shadows of others who have never recognized your value, you will achieve success. Moreover, I assure you that the appropriate individuals will be arriving. Those who revere your name and those who equal your love rather than measuring it are the ones who belong to this group. The individuals who appear, not when it is simple, but when it is for a holy purpose. Human beings who will not cause you to question your own worth. Individuals who will protect your spirit like it's gold, people who will not flee when your heart becomes weak, and people who will not run away. Indeed, they are coming because I have witnessed your anguish at first hand. I have collected your tears, I have listened to your prayers that have been murmured, and now comes the answer, and it is not simply present in individuals. In breakthroughs, in divine surprises, in unexpected possibilities, in doors that are open with your name on them, and in doors that are open in favor of you. Other than the fact that God accomplished this, that makes no logic at all. As a child, this is not the conclusion of your tale. This is the beginning of your journey. The truth should be inhaled. Put an end to the falsehoods. Maintain a more upright posture and utter this statement aloud. Despite the fact that I was targeted, I am safe. Although I was assaulted, I am now climbing. I got wounded, but I'm getting well now. It's true that I was deceived, but I'm also becoming. Simply restate it. It should be heard by the sky. Allow the adversary to hear it. Because you are no longer the person they attempted to break, you should allow your own heart to believe it. You are now the person who I have brought back from the ashes, and your name is about to be heard in heaven, on earth, and even in the shadows that formerly attempted to silence you. They are going to be aware that this one belongs to God, and that no one can touch what God has preferred. Thank you. Although we are getting close to our destination, there is still one more wave of truth that I want to pour into your spirit. Yes, my dear child, we are nearly there. Mainly due to the fact that what I am accomplishing in you is not only a blessing, but rather a rebirth. It is not only that I am performing a miracle for you, I am also providing you with a new perspective on who you are, a new source of strength to stand on, and a new degree of calm that is independent of the environment in which you find yourself. This is the final portion of this message, the part that will cement all that heaven has spoken over your life tonight. I want you to take a minute to breathe in this final part of this message because you have arrived at this time for a reason. Children, pay close attention. This year, the adversary put up such a battle against you for a specific cause. Things seemed heavier, more painful, and more perplexing than they normally would have. There is a reason for this. The reason for this is because something within you was facilitating the transformation of something sacred, something that can no longer be concealed. You were going into the most authentic form of yourself, the one I had made before the world attempted to mold you, and the adversary was able to see it manifesting itself. As he looked into your spirit, he saw the globe beginning to rise once more. The more fervent your prayers were, he noticed. He observed that your heart was not going to become icy. His anxiety increased as he noticed that your eyes were beginning to gaze up again. Nevertheless, he is too late, child. The threshold has been reached by you. At this point, your spirit has reached the zone where trust triumphs over fear, where calm becomes louder than terror, and where miracles no longer feel like something you wait for but rather something you walk with. Let me tell you what comes after this. The following few days will bring about a moment that will make you feel as though time has stopped moving. Yes, there will be days like that. It might be a message, a visit, a voice, or even a statement that didn't come out of nowhere. There is something in the natural world that is subtle yet loud in the spirit. And when it does occur, you will be able to feel it in your very bones. The sensation will be felt in your chest. You will realize that this is the end. It is true that God is with me. It was clear that he meant every word. Due to the fact that the miracle has already been sanctioned, that particular instant will set off the chain reaction. All that was required was for your heart to be positioned, and it has been done. Even only a week ago, you are not where you used to be. You have blossomed in the shadows. It has taken some time for you to recover, but now you are ready to be complete again. It's time for you to find love. That sounds like safety. I am. You are prepared to go for chances that will not leave you feeling exhausted. It is time for you to cultivate friendships that recognize your brilliance and safeguard it. It is time for heavenly favor to come to you. That is something that does not come and go. It does not change. I want you to be aware of this on a primal level. You did not disregard it. You did not make things worse. That wasn't a very long time at all. You made it to the perfect moment. I am the one who makes everything lovely in its season, and this child is the season that you are in. I am. There is something else that I have brought into your life, or that I am going to bring into your life, another person whose heart has been prepared specifically for you. You will not be drained by this individual. They will not cause you to become confused. They will not cause you to have doubts about yourself. They are going to see you, and they are going to adore you, not just because of your brightness, but also because of your path. Moreover, this individual has been through their own personal struggles. It is going to feel like a moment of calm, like a moment of destiny, like a moment of finally. Moreover, I want you to maintain an openness to that love. Reject it because of the suffering you experienced in the past. Since I sent it, you should let it in. I also send someone, and when they depart, they do not leave you the same. I need you to look in the mirror and say something out loud tonight. I need you to tell me something. You can have a sense of foolishness. Carry it out nonetheless. Wait in silence. Say to yourself, I am chosen, as you gaze into your own eyes. I have earned it. I am prepared. It is time for my miracle. Continue to say it till something snaps. Keep repeating it until something emerges. Reiterate it till you are convinced once again. Simply because I have faith in you. I've never stopped having faith in you. Even while you were jogging, despite the fact that you were having doubts about me. In spite of the fact that you were withdrawn, exhausted, and perplexed, I never left your side, and now I am requesting that you take one more step. Maintain a state of expectancy, with no anxiety or impatience. Open the door. The reason for this is that while your spirit remains open, benefits come pouring in like rivers. In the morning, you will awaken with thoughts, you will experience tranquility without knowing why, and you will begin to receive without making any effort. Exactly like that, my preference operates. You are responsible for it. It is not necessary for you to pursue it. Doing so is not required of you in any way. Saying, "Yes, Lord," is all that is required of you. I am present. Everything comes to me. It is a shining light right now. As long as you are still here, continuing to read, continuing to cry, and continuing to believe. A comment below the width. This serves as my authentication. This bears my name on it. My miracle is a genuine occurrence. I am the child that God has chosen, and by lifting my hands, I am dizzy and confused. Due to the fact that both you and I have just started out on this trip. It is reasonable to anticipate receiving anything that appears to be too flawless to be a coincidence. You may anticipate that I will exclaim, "God, you really did it, because I will, and I will be with you until the very end, throughout all of eternity." With a love that beyond the capacity of your heart to ever contain your God. When I mention inheritance, I'm not only referring to riches, letters, property, or hidden trust funds, rather, this is the beginning of a movement in your life. This is not just a moment, it is the beginning of a movement. On top of that, I'm talking about recovery. This is what I mean when I say that you are free from every falsehood that has been pronounced over your name. In this context, I am referring to the process of redeeming your divine identity. You are the version of yourself that has never pleaded for attention, never questioned their value, and has never been required to demonstrate their worth. This version is coming back to you now, and with each breath you take, you are becoming more of who you are than you have ever been before. You have always carried what is considered to be holy. That is the reason why others were unable to comprehend you. Because of this, you were frequently misunderstood. You felt like an outsider because of this, even while you were in rooms filled with affection. Not any longer. This is not the case. Mainly due to the fact that this letter, this inheritance, is not simply delivering you what is rightfully yours. It is bringing you back to land. Home to your truth, home to your self-assurance, home to your function, and home to the divine timeline that you have created for yourself. Again, it is not a problem if you weep. If the mere thought of it causes your hands to shake, that is perfectly normal. It's alright if there's still a part of you that's hesitant to believe completely, but pay attention to what I have to say. You are not the same person who used to waver in your beliefs. You have more fortitude. Now you have more courage. You are now more precise. You are now good to go. You won't be hiding when the doorbell rings this time, will you? I'll let you open it. From this point on, when the message arrives, you will not dispute it. You are going to get it. During this occasion, when someone is speaking your name in praise of you, you will not be timid. Now that you are aware that it was not luck, you will be able to stand tall. Oh, that was heavenly. You have been silently paying the price for it. You have waited in rooms where no one has picked up on your presence. While others were being lauded, you had been relegated to the background. Heaven, however, didn't lose track of time. Heaven witnessed all that took place. Heaven has promised that when the time is perfect, I will return my child their whole debt. At this very moment, I want you to hear this with every fiber of your being. It is not a blessing that you are about to enter. You are entering into a promise, and it is a promise that I abide by. It never runs out, it never becomes weaker, and it never fails. Consequently, when you eventually have the chance to hold what I've been working so hard to prepare for you, I want you to remember this precise moment, this moment of silence. Right now, you and I are talking. There was no noise, no distractions, there was only presence and the truth. Love that has never ceased pursuing you is all that is required. An envelope with an arrow that is not for 1 second. The globe should continue to keep an eye on the envelope with arrow. Continue to guess the envelope with the arrow, those who are skeptical. Let those who have forgotten about you recall you with astonishment, since I am not doing this in secret as you would think. I am trying to keep things light. It is not to put you down, but rather to highlight you. You are not meant to be overwhelmed, but rather elevated. In order to place you in a position, to put you in a position to lead, rather than to put you on a pedestal. In this position, you are in a position to love once again, to rise, and to claim everything that you have previously let slide through your fingers. At this point, it is not going to slip. Once again, you are not going to lose. At this point, it is not too late for you. A miracle is taking place in slow motion, and you are just in time to see it being performed. Now, take a deep breath with me. Am I able to sense it? There is silence there. That is a holy thing. Be quiet. Heaven's atmosphere is aligning with Earth's atmosphere at that moment. That is your name being called out in locations that your feet have not even come close to touching yet. You have my blessing in it. Finally, after all this time, it is reaching out its arms toward you. Since the beginning, you have been designated for more, and now an increasing amount of it is coming to you. Because of this, when you get the letter, you should handle it like it's sacred. It is not only paper, rather, it is a prophecy. Not only is the content included therein written by them, but it is also authored by me. Not only am I the one who awoke their recollection, but I am also the one who murmured in their heart. When they were on their knees, wondering what they could still make right before their time was up, I was the one who reminded them of the value that you possess. Moreover, they mentioned your name. Your name is. Not only did they miss you, but they also understood that you were the only person who would treat it like sacrosanct. Moreover, they were correct. As a result, you will now have the opportunity to experience what it is like when heaven writes back, when love that was once gone returns in a form that you did not anticipate. You will realize that this is not the end when your hands eventually come into contact with the paper. It marked the beginning of the remainder of the holy narrative that you have to tell. Because of this, you should open it, treasure it, and walk in it, and you should never again think, perhaps I'm not meant to be blessed, because you now realize that you were intended to be blessed. This letter, this miracle, and this very moment are all evidence that God is right.